All right, guys, welcome to Edutainment for Us. We are going to be here for 1 hour before I go to hustle and bustle out there, guys. So thank you so much for affording to support me until my channel has been actually monetized. And what I have to just struggle is following up on updates on PIN and also making sure that at the end of the month I have done enough views, and that's why you are going to see me battle so hard on this, because it has not been easy, but I thank God for all this. Of course, I'll be mixing stuff because I know we have people who come here for politics, there are those who come here for lessons, and there are those who come here for reaction. Thank you so much for those who made me aware of that, because I was almost going to quit reaction so that I only do vlogs and maybe politics and lessons, but I realized that I need to do the 4. All in all, let's proceed. Of course, I'll be doing possibly every day the 4 videos or 3. Okay, trees. Yeah, so guys, let's go ahead and do a reaction right here. Yesterday I was onto the political reaction, and I'm so glad a lot of you watched. Thank you so much. I also did a vlog in the daytime, and you also watched. I praise the name of God, and I'll be going to the same destination to do a video. So welcome. So let me start something here, right here. And yesterday I watched these videos from this family of Rorororo. People say don't talk about family, but when family has drama, even when Bahati creates drama, we go watching and reacting. So forget about you are stopping anybody. You won't silence anybody because you have no power to, okay? So settle down, cool down. Either keep away from us or watch us, because, by the way, do you know people watch you is not about those who really want to really like you. People watch things for different reasons. Others want to learn, others watch because they want to see whether you'll react, others want to watch because they want to see your progress, and I welcome you guys. I welcome you. You keep subscribe to the channel and keep watching. Keep commenting also. Gasha, I hope you're still here. But Zaida. So yeah, before I go to the farm where the owner has really created a lot of drama, let me proceed with my reaction today. And I'm so glad. For those who will be watching, I appreciate you. And I know it's an honor to always have you here. I have Nahalpo. Morning, dear. So I'm so fine. I hope you're also fine. Nahalpo. Hala. Hey, the name is kind of mnemonic. We say with sound patterns. A very interesting, unique name. I've never met such a name. So please subscribe to the channel as we proceed to our journey. And I can see more people streaming in. Thank you so much this morning. Before I go to the hustles and bustles of the village, I stay near a town, but I think I am in a village, okay? Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Yesterday I watched these videos from Marwa to Dimwango to Devi Jr. to all those, including Mokami, and I was like, what the hell is happening in Nyabohanse? They can't let us rest, you know? And therefore, that's why we will always talk about things around them. We are not talking about them particularly, but things that they are doing and events around them. So, of course, we had seen how, you know, how Rorororo came out to cry about Rio, and we were very sorry. But we realized that it's out of negligence. I'll repeat that. It's out of negligence that Rio died, because when you are really rearing this kind of horse, as Marwa said on the video, you don't just hire any veteran. You are supposed to have an expert veteran who has experience in horses. And if he knows that there was one in Nairobi, he could be actually paying a flight for this veteran every one day in a month, so that he comes, checks on horses. Horses are very expensive. if I rear things like camels or horses, I'm supposed to be extra cautious because these are very expensive animals. And because they are expensive animals and they are more of ornamental, you are supposed to take very good care of them, because if one of them really dies, you have gone at a great loss. I don't know if Marwa feels that way, because remember, even though he does not buy them himself, the donators do it. Maybe he may not feel the pain as much as somebody who had bought them on their own. But anyway, it is what it is. So after ROCIO cried around the river, Marwa decided to also come and cry, but he was crying as a man, you know, just talking and talking. But I was just wondering, he let us know that when a horse has a colic, you give it a cold tusker or paraffin, then it will actually survive. Then I was just wondering, he was saying that possibly they did late, but then colic did not come earlier. You know, I'm just trying to add one and one together and understand. I don't know if anybody watching has horses or knowledge in horses, because for us, we did horses and camels and cows and goats, sheep, pigs under agriculture. And so far, I've tried to practice pigs, geese. I've also tried chicken, goats. I've also tried this, we call them what? Kulu, I don't know. Yeah. So for those ones, of course, even those kind of birds, geese and whatever, whenever you hear they are sick, you are supposed to be very fast in making sure that you treat. So from the speech that I saw from Marwa was suggesting that the problem was the vet. The vet was making Rio to be restricted and stressed, and the change on food was drastic. Why would you change food drastically for an animal if you know that's a problem? Because I believe if you are rearing an animal like a horse or a camel or as other animals as I've mentioned, you need to really research. Be a serious researcher, sit down and research. Don't just go around jumping with information. And again, I believe as you search online, not all sites are correct. Not all sites that you are searching from are correct, because some of the information is random. But then I'm just wondering, I still have to go deep into research and find out Tusker and paraffin. I don't know how they really help a horse when it has colic, and maybe what evidence, like the person who sold to him, he talked about that guy who sold to him the horse and said, Fernand Charlie, welcome here. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're fine, just like I am this morning. Before I go to my bustles and hustles, I'm here doing a reaction on Nyabohanse. Yesterday, I didn't have space for Nyabohanse. I did my vlog, and I later on did a reaction to politics in Tanzania, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and the aspects in Jamaica and Haiti, among other places like Cuba. So today, I've just woken up. There was a beehive of activities, but I've had to slot in 1 hour just to talk about Nyabohanse telenova. Then I'll be going back to my bustles. So let me bring to you Marwa and what he announced here. And I don't know what you think about this, but I'm trying to really learn at the same time critique. So bear with me. Don't come here and begin bunkering me thinking that I'm just decided to attack. I'm not attacking, but I'm just finding or asking questions surrounding Marwa anyway. I'm like, he knew very well that the veteran in the village who comes often does not have knowledge in horses. And he knew that there was one expert in Nairobi who knows something about horses. But he still went ahead to delay. You realize he had said that he was asking for the veteran to come and scan Rio. I'm like, why delay? This animal is very expensive. Remember, you are bringing more horses. So be cautious. Be a better farmer.
My stay with him. He stayed here, he gave us a baby. He was a very good horse. For me, I believe what made Rio, the training, after training, then the pain in its lower back limb or leg, and then when the vet And guys, we have vet that visit us here. I do not have one animal in the farm. We have I have cows. I have close to how many cows? Actually, they are right there. Actually, we should start. Okay, they are going to graze on the other side.
How many
cows here?
How many?
At least 5 or 7. I don't know the number actually.
Really? Marwa, you sound like you know, Marwa is not so sure how many cows he has. Yet, when he mentioned the number, he said 5 or 7. I'm like, when you have 5 or 7 cows, can you miss to know the number? My father has about 10 cows, and he knows the number. He has 10 cows and calves and all that. He knows the number. Myself, if I have 5 cows, would I fail to know? So Marwa is telling us he's a serious farmer. He has a vet in the farm, but he doesn't know the number of cows, but he knows the number of pigeons. What an awful experience. Okay?
I have 1 bull, 3 females. Those are 4 and 2 babies. 6. I have 6 cows. I had 3 horses.
Okay. So, Marwa doesn't seem to be a serious farmer because at first he doesn't know how many animals he has in the farm. He begins to count the hands. He has to say 2 cows, 2 bulls, I don't know, 1 child, not a calf even, 1 child. What is this? A serious farmer has records. You have records, you work with what we call inventories. You are supposed to know input, output. You are supposed to know when specifically is an animal breeding. You are supposed even to know when particularly is this animal getting to feed on grass and stopping use of milk. So how comes Marwa does not know these details if he's a serious farmer? And that is why he needs a farm manager, for example. Because if he's busy with content making, he doesn't have to necessarily be the one in charge of everything in the farm. Sometimes it becomes very difficult because maybe I've seen him most of the times in these videos, and he has love for construction. He says so, even himself. He says that his love is directed towards construction. So he has no focus on things to do with horses as much as he has towards the construction itself. We've seen him so many times going even to other people's constructions and spending a lot of time. Does it mean it's because of content? A lot of content coming from construction attracts people than horses? Or why is it that he has not paid that serious attention to horses? That is just a question I'm asking. Maybe somebody in the house, you can drop a comment. You may be Team Marwa or whichever team you are, but let me understand from your perspective, and don't attack me in terms of talking, because I'll always talk about these people. But I'm not talking about them, I'm talking about what they are doing and events surrounding them, right? Yeah. So Marwa comes out to list the animals he has and tells us he has, I don't know whether 5 or 7 or 6 cows. Let's go ahead. You said you had 3 horses, and then what?
That is already 9. I have close to
6 plus 3, 9.
50.
50 what?
Plus, actually, they would even hit 60.
50 what?
I have
50 chicken.
Cooks.
Work today is broken.
Oh my God.
We're all working in too many disconnected.
So Marwa comes out to list the animals on the farm and qualify why he is a veteran.
Many other things, and close to 200 to 300
pigeons.
Pigeons or birds. So all these animals, you cannot just keep them without having a vet.
Okay.
Around.
Okay.
The only thing I think I need to do is I need to get a vet that has a very serious background on horses. Because like this horse, it had colic. And actually,
okay, before we go deep into what Marwa is sharing here on horses and why Rio had to die, remember he's saying that he needs to get someone who is an expert, serious person with expert knowledge on horses. I'm like, in Kenya, you won't get that because people in Kenya don't rear horses. If he has to get that, maybe he has to get one from maybe South Africa itself. And that is my suggestion. Anyway, let's hear what he says.
Symptoms of colic. One of them is the horse refuses to eat its favorite food. Like for example, we have horse meal, close to 500 kilos actually. We have actually 1 ton of, I'll take you there and see. So you cannot say that these horses were feeling hungry or anything. And one thing you should know about my horses. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. See, there's a dog that came here. Somebody walked over here also. You see how? And we thank God for everything, Rio. You are a good friend of ours. I will come and plant a tree on top here. Just to for a good memory. Yesterday I was so broken. At least today. Probably I'm taking it in. And something funny is this last week, a lot of horses have died. You know, we follow a lot of people who keep.
Okay, so then Marwa comes at the end and qualifies that it's not only him who has lost a horse, but so many horse keepers, because he keeps following a lot of other farmers like him, and a lot of horses have died. So you've already told us that your horse died because of serious training that I feel like you are the one who pushed ROCIO to really practice a lot. I remember the drama in the villa when he was telling the Aaron Rebo. Welcome. Thank you so much for being top fan number 2 after Fernande, Charlie, and Nihalpo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence. God bless you. So he's qualifying already that he's not the only one who has lost horses. But at the same time, he has told us that there was some sort of negligence or delay in attending to the horse, Rio. Because from his long speech, he has indicated that when the horse started being sick, he called the vet came, gave injections some. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence. Thank you for being top fan number 3. Isaiah Eloto, poa sana, niaje. I hope you're fine. Thank you so much for showing up here, bro. I really appreciate. Like the video. Remember to like the video as we go on with our reaction. Yeah, and when I react like this, I'm not attacking Marwa, by the way. Forget about that. What I'm simply doing is talking concepts. Maybe other people watch me. It may not be Marwa because Marwa may not watch me as a small YouTuber. But we may have someone who is interested in horses. What lessons are we learning from Marwa? We have to be serious when we are rearing big animals. I've been in Garissa. I stayed in Garissa for some time, and there are people there who rear camels. And they are very serious about camels. Any small problem, they'll be very fast to react and act on it. And that is what I've just said, that we were supposed to have Marwa doing that. And even currently, now that he has a Palosa coming and another horse from South Africa, he needs to hire an expert from South Africa, possibly, because in Kenya, I doubt that he will get a veteran who has had attachment to horses. Many people in Kenya don't rear horses, and it will be a lie for somebody to come and cheat to you that they have a background of horses. The reality is that depending on a country and what people do, actually, that is how you will have experts. Most veterans in Kenya have expertise in cows, donkeys, sheep, goats, and birds, because that is what we rear. In fact, even peacocks, Marwa. I would advise you that peacocks don't, you shouldn't rely on the veteran you're talking to us about. Because these peacocks, when you look in Kenya, the only farm that is strong enough is in Embu. And that tells you that if you need an expert to handle this, maybe you should link with the person in Embu so that she gets you that veteran and should keep checking. And in fact, these expensive birds, how can you buy a bird at, let's say, 100,000 and then you're just careless with it? No, don't do experiments. You are supposed to get an expert veteran with information about it, and let them not come randomly and tell you that we know how to deal with horses, we know how to deal with peacocks. No. You should have their, documents, and be careful also to check on River Road documents and real documents. In Kenya, people have become experts. They are experts in forging. So someone may forge documents and go to Marwa, tell him that I really have watched you, because they know when you tell Marwa I've been watching you for 5 years, and mention some things about I saw you while you are in Mexico, I saw you while you are in maybe Spain, I saw you when you went to Uganda, he will believe. So people randomly go watch his videos and now come to him and sell their CV. And I don't know why Marwa simply trusts them. Is it because he does not want to spend a lot of money and he knows that the bargain for those people who watch him will only be a shout out and maybe some few coins? Though he said yesterday that to pay a horse trainer, it's 41,000. He talked about 41,300, and I was like, no problem, because a horse trainer will be there just for a season and go away. But just watch out, because if you think training the horse was a problem, I've seen a lot of people saying the problem Rio didn't have shoes, the problem Rio didn't have a suitable coverage, like this place is near the swamp. So pneumonia is also very easy to attack these animals. Infections like that, you must research more. Don't make an assumption of saying that those horses were only affected, I don't know, by training. Then later on they were stressed because the food was changed drastically, and also the way of life, because he was restrained. And then at the end of the day, you are bringing more horses. You need to now take good care of them so that you don't seem like you are irritating horse lovers or animal lovers. Animal husbandry is one of the areas that is very lucrative, I can say, because I rear geese, and one geese goes at 3,000 shillings. 3,500 Kenyan shillings. When I sell two, I sell them at 6,000 because it's a pair. But when I sell one geese goes as 3,500 Kenyan shillings. You've seen in my videos when I do vlogs, once I go to shags, I have geese. Though I have not got enough, I want to rear as many as possible, but I'm trying to restrain myself until I create a very huge compound, and also I get someone to take care. But at the same time, I must always have an expert to help me, okay? And also other birds. Then one thing also I would wish that Maro would do is focus on whether he's doing these big animals or the birds, because the divided attention might also be a problem. You know, when you're rearing a variety of animals, unless you really have specialized in it so that you are not moving from one thing to another, it becomes hectic anyway. He went to the grave and mourned, and people are like, he mourned more than the grandpa. I'm not so sure because I never watched that, and I won't compare, because maybe the horses mean a world to him than whatever people are comparing to. But it is what it is, okay? And as we point out, we are not blaming them, but we are pointing out because we have more horses coming. We have also 2 horses left in the farm. So how can Marwa assure that he's taking good care of them? Team Marwa, I know some of you come to my wall to watch. Take some of the advice I'm sharing, because as far as you say that it's not, whatever I say is not important, they are making money. Yes, they are making money, but can they maintain the money? That's my question. Okay? Yeah. So tusikue tu tunapiga mdomo, labda tunataka kupinga watu wakisema mambo hapa, ni kama hatutaki kusikia. But we also speak sense, because hata wakati Rio alikuwa mgonjwa, we kept saying some things. And how I wish ingesikizwa, because if they heard what we said, maybe it would have saved something. Who knows? We are God sent sometimes, but people just take us for haters, they take us for naysayers, they take us for reactors. When you are a reactor, you are a critical analyst. And sometimes when you are doing critical analysis, you go deep into research, you compare, you look around, you turn tables, you turn leaves. So we are not just here to talk and criticize and laugh. In fact, I've not laughed about this matter because it was a serious matter. You can imagine a horse maybe which is worth million or several thousands, 100,000 Kenyan shillings. It shouldn't just be lost like that. Okay, so let's check more before we go to Dimango
and
Mariam.
in the Netherlands, also his favorite horse died. we were watching actually his video like a week ago with my wife. And then even here in Kenya, there's a lady who had taken her horse to Denmark to get a male, how can I say, to be planted
breed.
a seed in quotes, okay, or to get sired. That's actually the right word. So she took her horse to Denmark. You can imagine the expenses, okay. She took her mare. Mare is a female horse, to get sired with a very good breed there. Then when she came back to Kenya, it stayed I think 1 week, and then the horse died. So one thing you have to understand, you know, those who have not kept horses, they will tell you all type of things. But one thing I should tell you is horses are very delicate, super delicate. Something very small can be a tragedy, very small. But for those who understand what colic is, you understand, because colic is something that can cut.
All right, I know about colic, of course, but what I'm just also saying here, Ferkere, 3 a.m., madam. welcome. Here it is 10:23 a.m. So that's why we are able to do a reaction over here. But I don't know why Marwa is defensive in his video. He kept telling us that other horses in other places have died. His other woman who took the mare to Denmark for siring died. Another one in, I don't know, Amsterdam died. I'm like, you cannot clarify the death of your own based on other people losing it. You have to check within yourself, what is this that you never did? But if you keep clarifying, if you keep clarifying that it's not a very unique thing to me, other people also have lost it. No, look at yourself as an individual. What gaps were there? Or else you have other horses. You have a Palosa coming. You have another one. You have called it a name I can't even remember. Then you are here now trying to justify that people should not talk about. We will talk about it, Marwa. We will talk about it, because actually there was some sort of negligence here, and you have testified it yourself by saying that Rio, actually when he began to have the pain, you hesitated. You never brought the veteran immediately. And even when the veteran came, you knew this veteran does not have experience on horses. You are just gambling. Was it because this veteran is normally cheap or what? You have not told us how much this veteran earns, because you have told us, in my home I have a veteran. But how can you have a veteran who deals with horses, at the same time cows, at the same time pigeons, at the same time peacocks, at the same time hen? I don't think that is the way. Somehow, you know, horses are very unique animals, just like peacocks are. Okay? So you cannot keep telling us that some of you have not reared horses. You will say this and this. We are saying this based on the knowledge. We have some little knowledge, even though we don't rear horses. We have also learned some things about horses having shoes, for example. Horses not training too hard, because if an animal is training slowly by slowly, why would you stress it? And you came out on another video earlier. You are pressing ROCIO, reminding ROCIO that she is lazy. She should not keep sleeping too much in the morning. If she doesn't want to train, you'll take up the process of training. So I don't know what I'm trying to justify here, but if I were you, I would just keep quiet and begin focusing on how to take good care of the Appaloosa that is coming. I was surprised you said that they are walking all the way from South Africa to Kenya using a road trip. And you said currently they're almost in East Africa. I said, Marwa, you will never learn these things, because if the horse is coming all the way on foot, what about after arriving in Kenya, they are exhausted? You said horses are very delicate, did you? If they are so delicate, is that how you treat delicate animals? I've seen so many times in that villa. You find that the villa, you are maybe ROCIO and the trainer are picking the horses from that place where they stay. I can't call it by the name of the horse, you know, because that place is not standard for the horses. And then they take them, then they begin to train right away. Maybe after they have just eaten some handful of grass. Is that how you treat a delicate animal? A delicate animal should have a vet even weekly. You are a rich man. You said you earn a salary of a president. You should afford a veteran coming to that space every week because you know horses are delicate. Thank you. You are the one who has testified that horses are delicate. So you need to have a veteran checking on them even every week. You don't have to necessarily see real lambing for you to bring a veteran. And now that you have said that you had a veteran who is not, who does not have a background of horses, and you have one in Nairobi who has a background, bring him on. Let him come even if it is twice a month. You can book a ticket for him. He comes to the village, does the necessary, and goes back. So that you don't come here to complain and make us feel like we don't know what we are talking about or we are blaming you for nothing. Yet you are actually making the animals suffer. What about the other horse that died, Masita? What killed Masita? Okay? Now take care because we don't want to see another horse dying. At that rate, you will not come to explain to us. We will be so mad at you. We don't want more explanations. Do your work. If you decided horses, treat them as fairly as possible. Even hens are delicate. Even cows are delicate. Especially some breeds like Asia and what have you. But how do you treat them? The way I treat Asia and Jersey is very different. If I'm rearing a given breed of cow, the way I treat it in comparison to another is very different. That is, I've done a lot of animal husbandry and agriculture. I've studied agriculture for 12 years. And so, whatever you are saying here is not new. Anybody who knows about animals, even when I brought my geese, the treatment of geese and the normal water ducks is very different. Okay? So you cannot come here and justify that, yeah, it's not only me, you people you are talking, but those who have reared, no. I don't think I'll follow your script. I'm trying to counter that. Anyway, let's get to a different aspect, and I want to quickly get to ROCIO. ROCIO decides to join REactors. I'm like, welcome, ROCIO. Welcome to the world of reaction. Sometimes you try to pretend that you're not a reactor, but most of the times when you come out and say that I'm refusing, I'm rejecting that energy, all you're doing is reacting. Because I once saw ROCIO on her video telling us that she will never pay attention to what people say. I don't know who recalls this. I don't know. If there is anyone who watched with me, ROCIO telling us that she has no time for reactors, she never watches, but then she has time to read all the comments and react. I'm like, you are just a reactor. Because whenever you're doing a live stream or a video and people pop up with comments, you just respond to them right there and keep quiet. But if you make your time, she came up with a video of 54 minutes. I'm like, you are a reactor. Madam, you have graduated from vlogs to reaction. Welcome to this world of reaction. Because she was sitting on the bed. I don't know if this is the bed meant for the sisters or the mother. Yeah, I think it's the one meant for the sisters near the balcony. She said they will be watching the balcony and enjoying. All right. So the energy here, she's trying to send away negative energy. I'm like, but you are using negative energy too. And I also checked on her comments. And I said, yeah, ROCIO, if you are wise, you could keep quiet. Because whatever you're trying to clarify here is neither there nor there. Because people had accused her first of opening the windows of the room where Dimwango sleeps. Then she said, this room is smelly. Let me open so that the smell goes away. And people are like, are you saying, ROCIO, do you mean that Dimwango smells? That was the question many people asked. Then also, she reacted very violently in a video when talking to Marwa. And then now she began telling people, when people attack me, like when even Marwa attacks me, you don't even say it is bad. But now when I react back just to say the truth, now you begin attacking me. I'm like, no problem, madam. But when you're having a confrontation with your husband, I don't know whether you are having a whether you are acting, because from what I know, you people don't do acting. I've seen some Nigerian couple who do acting, and for them they come out, they do conflict on video, but we normally understand they're acting. You are not in acting field. Why would you come on a video and sit down and exchange with Marwa and tell him, I'm not painting, I've told you clearly, you know, I don't have to do that. You just have to tell me the colors. Then I have to ask which colors, and then, yeah, then let me not waste my energy. You know, that kind of reaction made us respond, not just those subscribers. Of course, I thank God that subscribers also told you their thought. Those are people at least who are thinking. People have called them mentally challenged, but I feel they are those who are not. Because if they were able to see what she did and respond and told her the truth, at least we are having people who think for the first time. Only, let's watch on what ROCIO is reacting to. Is she reacting to us? Some people are saying she was reacting to JT. Some are saying to subscribers. I don't know. As for me, I just feel like she's becoming a reactor. And welcome to the world of reaction, madam. So this is what she had to say.
From observing how this wave behaves, how this energy behaves, this whole energy, it can be transformed into like an energy that is actually alive, you know? Like if we, through the comment sections, all the energy of the viewers are creating a little monster that has its own voice. Normally we call it egregor.
Egregor. You call it egregor in Argentina? My goodness, let me laugh this morning. At least I'll add a year. So ROCIO has observed her comments. And those comments put together, they are forming a monster. A monster called Agrego. And I'm like, which language is that? Spanish or which language? Okay. So she said that the comments you drop on her YouTube, they form a monster. Can you stop dropping comments on ROCIO's channel? They form up a wave which is a monster. And that monster is known as Agrego. So let's check. What does the Agrego monster do, ROCIO? Tell us, madam.
And that's what I have been observing. I've been observing a strong, very negative energy in MARWA'S channel.
Okay.
And I feel that I'm being attacked by the same energy in my channel.
Okay.
But me, I will use my voice to stop it, to refuse it, and to rebuke that energy.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that reaction. But it's funny. It's funny because I choose to laugh about it and take it with more humor than actually so serious and feel myself down by it. But the truth is, the title itself of my previous video that received such amount of opinions clearly says I'm stressed about this. So you will see a version of myself that is stressed, that is going through a low vibration.
ROCIO once told us again that she's never stressed by what people comment. I think that video she did a live stream to tell us that she learned how to handle YouTube reactions. She learned that she just have to ignore. She learned that she can occupy space through Marwa. She also knew that she has to assert herself. You people, if you remember the live stream she did, she actually said all that. And I'm wondering now she's coming up just like 3 days later to tell us that that energy is stressing her. And I'm like, if it stresses you, stop reading comments or then block comments because you don't want comments, but you want the views. That's what I know. No YouTuber doesn't want views. Whether there are people who like you or hate you, if they watch, they add up to your analytics. And that is what we'll agree, whether you like it or not. When people watch you, whether they like you or not, whether they are negative or positive, they add up to your views. They add up to your analytics. So you cannot tell them, unsubscribe and go where? Where do you want them to go? And if even those who like you now feel like you are attacking them and unsubscribe, because when I look even at the current video that she posted, again, 70% of comments are telling her to stop what she's doing and stop defending herself and be careful what she says, measure her words when she's emotional. So many comments that have come there are again correcting her. What will she do? Where will she hide? Even me, you come and drop comments, as long as they are not disrespectful. You know, we have these people who can come and abuse you and say you are foolish, you are poor, you are what. But sometimes even us, we just stand them and say, you continue. We tell them continue and drop so many comments. Go to all my, my videos and drop comments. We don't tell them to unsubscribe and go. And sometimes even that's why even when we want to block them, we don't block them, because we feel like these are necessary energy that should come and add to our analytics. As long as they are not affecting our channel reporting or whatever, let's continue with the banker, because one point maybe they'll realize that they were lost and they'll come back to where they should be. Because you should have a critical mind. You cannot just be praising somebody, even myself. Don't just praise me all the time. If there is something you've seen, maybe my hair is not okay, maybe my face was not okay, remind me, only with respect. And I don't think somebody was disrespecting her. If you look at those comments, they were just telling her, be careful of what you say. Measure your words before you put them out. Why are you quarreling with Marwa on the video? And when she says she has checked MARWA'S channel and the same monster is coming to her channel, what does she mean? Anyway, let's listen to her a little bit, because I want to go to DVY JNR and see what I have to say.
Aside of me, that is not the nicest. It's not the nicest, but I choose to share it.
Okay.
Because I'm not here just to provide a beautiful content that is only happy, and I only show you the beautiful side of me.
Okay.
So I can make you feel that is all that I am, because that's not true. You need to know, as a viewer for any content creator out there, that you never get to see the full picture. You never get to see the full picture, especially because content creators are trying to show their most beautiful side, so a lot of people like them, you know? So you never get to see the full picture.
So ROCIO, are you trying to tell us that you are showing us the full picture of yourself? I don't think so. So you want us to know you as somebody who does not like Dimwango? Somebody who comments that her room smells when she's away? Really? That is what you want us to know about you? That you are in favor of your people more? You are really jumping up and down and worrying about Luis and the wife, even before, when they are still in Argentina, you are jumping high because they need to have a ticket. You want to go to Nairobi and have a B&B for them. You are planning everything. Marwa asks you, we need to plan on the ticket. I've already done it. Really? That is what you want us to know about you. And you are saying that many people show the other picture because they want to be liked. In African culture, I don't know about Argentinian culture, even when I was quarreling with my husband, when visitors step in the house, do you want to tell us I should continue fighting with my husband? Or if I was punishing a child, a visitor comes, I should just continue punishing the child? That is neither there. Don't fool us. I don't think that is even how the Argentina people behave. Maybe somebody from Argentina, you should come to this channel and watch and tell me, is this how people from Argentina, do you behave like that? Even on camera, you know, we who watch you are like visitors. And don't say that people pretend, but when you come to on camera, you are always ready. Remember, if you have been watching not Nyota Ndogo, but Size 8. How many of you have been watching Size 8? Because I watch this variety of people in Kenya. I don't watch one person. So when Size 8 was having a problem in her marriage, she actually at one point told Mo, please get out of here, because I want to do content and I want it to be as good as possible. And if we had differences, if you want us to create a video for those differences, solving them, create a moment. And she had to tell the person on camera to put off the camera. We have seen so many content creators doing that. And I don't think it's healthy to actually bring us here to watch you while you are quarreling. That is not the right energy. As long as you are saying that people have negative energy, you too have negative energy. You cannot make your video and you are quarreling with Marwa. You cannot make your video, you are having personal issues with Marwa on camera. You cannot make your video trying to show how you don't like Africa, how you look at Africans like monkeys, how you actually would wish to be in a village known as La Posa, where there is a baking what? Machine, and not in Nyabohanse. If that is actually what you wish for, then go for it. But you cannot be creating videos to actually show the drama in you, and then you come here to justify that we will see the both sides of you, and content creators do to please people and like them. Of course, when we are coming to the camera, I wouldn't come with a very bad face unless my content is that which is meant for that. Like if I'm acting with kids in a movie where I want to show that I am punishing the kids, and maybe the kids will tell me it is wrong to punish and whatever, that is different. If I'm acting in a video whereby somebody is trying to kidnap or maybe steal from me, it is different. But you, ROCIO, your content is more of travel content, and you also do music. So do you want to say that you'll come here singing a love song, but you are looking like you are in a funeral? That would be absurd, my sister. Let me just tell you, that would be absurd. So when you are coming to camera, you've already planned. Unless you want to tell us that today you came to show the quarrel, then let the title be that. Why should you make a title that is, I'm happy about my sisters, and yeah, I have good news. I have finally booked the ticket. Then the next moment we are like, yeah, I won't pay that, I won't pay that, and that's very clear. I've never actually seen Marwa disrespecting you directly like this, even if he has actually come out to insinuate. There are insinuations which we reactors also pick and correct him. So it is not a monster. And if you consider it's a monster, when it's an angel, you are lost, my sister. Anyway, let's proceed. I'm almost finishing. I need to go to my hustling. And I just don't know. Anyway, let's check on some things here.
I refuse to pretend that I'm only one color.
Bosco Gungu, karibu sana, niko Kitale in Kenya. Thank you so much for being the new follower. I appreciate.
Sometimes I can sound rude to your ears or to everybody, and that is okay. And that is okay. That's okay. So it seems that I am disrespecting my partner in that video. I'm not sure if it's because I am answering him back. I'm not sure if it's because I don't look submissive to my man. I'm not sure if it's because I said that it wasn't fair that I have to paint a bed, that it was not ideal.
So ROCIO does not understand why people say she was rude. And she's married to this new culture which she should learn, because as I've looked at her, she's a fast learner. If she's able to drive the cars in the villa, unlike Marwa, she's able to learn the horse riding as fast than Marwa. She's able to sing, even if she's singing whichever voice. She's able to do content. She went to Europe and did all that content. How comes she's now here pretending that she does not understand why people are reacting? And she's not ready to listen to what these people are saying. That is why she's coming here to ask, is it that I sounded rude because I answered back to my man? Or because I said the truth? Because I gave my emotions? Or because I didn't look submissive? Nobody wants you to be submissive. Even we African women, we are not submissive currently. But when we are doing things on camera, we are supposed to watch our distance. Actually, if you don't want to say something, you just keep quiet. Then once you finish your video, go ahead and deal with it. Not that you are pretending. We don't want to know about your conflicts. Why should you bring all your dirty linen in public? You don't go exposing all your dirty linen in public. All right. So even people are asking, if that is how you respond on camera, what about behind the camera? What happens? That is the imagination you are trying to allow people to actually respond to. And even if you come to on camera and talk, even if it is 10 hours, ROCIO, be sure that tomorrow the reactors will be on you. Your subscribers will still correct you. And if you don't want to hear, they'll be, if you try to correct a child and they don't listen, you warn them, they don't listen, you give up on them, and sometimes people walk away. So thank you so much, Bosco Gungu, for joining the house. I really appreciate. I am almost remaining with about 10 minutes to finish my video, and I appreciate your presence here. So, ROCIO went on and on and on. I've told you in a video worth 54 minutes, complaining, raising bros at REactors subscribers.
Men don't really African men don't really express their emotions. They swallow it. And that is not healthy at all, because then they become a version that is not so nice to deal with.
Hey, I'm looking at ROCIO sitting there and telling us about African men, and she's married to an African man. I'm like, sorry, madam. Because if you have decided that here you stay in Africa, Nyabohanse, with Marwa, there is no way you'll change Marwa. Actually, if there is something that is very difficult, is to change an adult. Changing an adult is very difficult. How is ROCIO actually going to change Marwa in how he reacts, in how he shows his emotions? Does he want Marwa to also be crying on camera, to be shouting on camera, to be answering rudely? Like I was just imagining during that confrontation, if Marwa became also reactive like her, what would have happened? So according to ROCIO, even a man should even slap you on camera. That is neither there nor there. So you decided to get married to an African, and you are having all that you need in that place. I saw some reactors reminding you, not reactors, subscribers reminding you that, why are you even worrying so much about Luisa and the villa? And the villa is far away in terms of standards from what Luis and the wife has back in Argentina. Okay. And I also saw yesterday someone reminding you that as you take good care of your parents, know that currently you have 4 parents. You have Conrad, you have Conrad's mom, you have Luis and the wife. So are you ready to also take care of your mother-in-law and your father-in-law the same way you are taking care of your mother or father? Or we, as those who watch you, are we seeing some biases? When your mother is coming, you are so worried about them, but when Conrad's mom comes even in the villa, you don't even afford to bring something on table, welcome her, make her feel warm. We don't see you even getting into the Mercedes with your mother-in-law, just going out as you and the mother-in-law. That is what I would expect among the affluent, And it's not about pretense. We are not talking about pretense here. We are just talking about being nice. There are moments when you can be nice. Even us, we are not always nice. But when we want to be nice, we should be nice to people. And we always say in Africa, love your mother-in-law and father-in-law just like you love your father and mother. Because your mother and father are very far. They cannot take care of your immediate problems. But your father-in-law and mother-in-law are always close. If you have a problem, they'll be taking care of you anytime. Even when it comes to upbringing of children, sometimes they can help you. When it comes to immediate problems, they can help you. So show that love to both if you really are genuine. Don't tell us about genuinity. But when we come to your camera, what we see is a very different thing. We are seeing some biases here. And Luis is coming with your mother to stay here for 3 months. 3 good months. And Maro already said that mgeni siku ya kwanza, mpikie wali na kuku. Mgeni siku ya pili, alafu mgeni siku ya tatu, mpe jembe akalime. That's what Marwa said. And I'm like, hey, Marwa. We also talked about Marwa. So it's not like we only talk about you. And the only thing you can do is to better your game. We don't even want too much. Just better your game. When you're going for dinner, you cannot dress the same cloth you could go to a funeral with. That is what we are easily saying. When you are going to a wedding, you cannot dress like you are going to a funeral, right? Yeah, so let me check something here and come back to the last person, then finish, okay?
Because he's the one that built this house. Well, I am complaining about my house. If I say that a room is boring, I am part of the problem, and I accept that. I accept that. The reason why the house is in the way that it is, and I mentioned I will do what I can with what I have. It's not because suddenly my family is coming. Of course, they are my family. I just want to see where do we. Every time we have a visitors, we give them the best rooms. Also, we try to make things look as nice as possible. But if the interior of the house is not finished, by me 100%, there are many reasons behind that. There are many reasons behind that I don't need to share the whys, but there are many reasons behind that. Just once again, you never get to see the full picture. Don't ever believe that you get to see the full picture, because that is not true.
So even you don't show the full picture the way you are lying, that the way you react is because you want to show the full picture. And even people are not complaining about you saying the room is boring or whatever. And if you are the problem, why should you whine on camera, say the room is boring and what have you? You can do something about it, and if you know you can't do it currently, just then work on what you have silently. Anyway, I saw also the David Jr. David Jr. on MATIKO. Wow. So David Jr. has finally given up on MATIKO. I don't know what fate he will have, but sometimes it is what it is. Okay. I saw this video on very sad state to be. And I was like, what is the bad state for MATIKO? Of course, the camera, they repossessed the motorbike that MATIKO was using, so he's in a bad state. I know that maybe he's taking a lot of liquor. Let's just check the specific part. I don't know whether I'm getting to it. Where was that? Here? Yeah, here.
I took the 2 kids.
Yeah, here. Yeah, that's MATIKO's home. So David Jr. goes to MATIKO's home. I don't know. He said he will not be seen with MATIKO anymore, but still he went. And when he went, he's there with drama. MATIKO's father even is beyond words. Let's see this.
Okay, till tomorrow. Let's go. Yeah, he needs to recover the helmet. Oh, I don't need to remember this guy. I am waiting. So guys, look at tricky situation. These are their cooking sauce pans. That's how they look like. Wow, pure poverty. You know what really happened? It's because this one is old, so they had to mend it. That's why you see. And this is how they are being canned. Okay.
When I look at that, David Jr. actually going to somebody's home, then holding on camera on anything, yet he does not want people to go to his own and do the same. I'm like, I'm so sorry for most people in this village. A lot of their dirty linen is exposed when their own dirty linen is not. So let's check on this.
Yeah, so this is where we are. I'm being told MATIKO is asleep right now. Vipi hali? Naamka? Ko sawa? This is MATIKO for you. He was asleep. MATIKO, tunataka helmet tafadhali.
Sawa, ngoja nikufuatie.
Wapi penye ziko?
Ngine kwenye buku. Nilikwambia kuboda.
Na zingine ngine?
Ngine nilipea mtu boda huko.
Mbona ulimpatia?
Alikuwa anavukia kwenda Bongo.
Mbona umpe? It is smelling so bad.
Where? It's smelling so bad. Honestly. Smelling so bad. Very, very bad. Very. It's pathetic.
Okay, so that is David Jr. for you. Drama after drama. He knows when he comes to Matiko's end, he will not miss drama. When he goes to Mokami, he will not miss drama. When he goes to Dancing Grandma, no missing drama. So drama must continue, guys. So he comes and comments about smelling bad here. He knows Matiko is still drinking. He was never fully rehabilitated anyway. But do I have to blame him? No. These people around here, they know what they are doing. So they know what they are doing. So he came to retrieve the helmets, and Matiko already gave one to another person. Hey, Matiko. My God.
Why is he laughing? I'm asking him because he's smelling so bad. Haya, nataka helmets.
Sasa utachukua hapo kwa mama mboka. Lazima nini zile.
Utaleta kama sangapi?
Kama sasa hivi.
Okay, I hope he's not lying. Because he said the helmets are not here. Not in a good state at all. I hope the helmets are around. Niambie tu kweli kama haziko nijue. Na kama ziko uniambie.
So he said not in a good state. I thought maybe there's a problem here, but all I can see is drama. Some little drama. And that is the part of Matiko.
Let's go.
So not in a bad state is over, and we'll be reacting to more later. Of course, the new life in Polish village is actually polishing for Dimwango. She's doing so much, and pushing. Okay, she's pushing it hard. Yesterday she cooked ugali in Poland, and I'll be watching that video later. Let me go to my hustle, then I'll be coming back. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you, Fekere, Isaiah, Eloto, David, Jonas, Bosco Gungu, and Halpo, Fernand, Charlie, Aaron, Reboni, and any other person who watched me. I really appreciate. Thank you for the 5 likes. Though next time let us target 10 likes at least minimum, because we have almost 300 people watching, but at the end of the day we have 5 likes. Why? Okay, yeah, so have a good day. Let me go and hustle elsewhere because life is not easy. Then I'll be coming back to continue. Bye bye.